It's March 8th, and here on NTV Seeds of Gold, we are celebrating the women who keep the nation nourished through farming.
I used to love keeping birds at home, like 1 to 2 per. So I always had this dream of becoming a poultry farmer. If you are thinking to start, my dear, just come and we begin. Local poultry business does not disappoint. I've actively been involved in farming for the last 2 years. I didn't study farming, just to make it clear. I actually studied journalism and communication. And after university, of course, I worked. 2 years ago, I decided I was going to do this. And yeah, that's where we are. I'm really seeing a very big change.
It was money driven, I'll be very honest. Me with money, I love money. And I know how to look for money. So people come, I never had the passion for agriculture, to be very honest. I didn't study agriculture. My background is education. I'm a Macquarie University trained teacher. Bachelor of Education. And I think I taught for 1 year and I gave up. So I always wanted to have money to be in control, financially independent. And I realized that I could make money from farming. Money!
Somebody is harvesting money.
Yes.
Well, I will let you
mining gold here.
There is money in this.
That's very key.
Yes.
There is money
in direct goods. Many farmers have not embraced turkey farming, but it's one of the ventures. I feel and I think we should have many youths on board, many farmers on board, because as we said, it is more of grass for their feed than grain.
Karo's diversity extends to other domestic bird species, including ducks, unique local chickens, and guinea fowls. As the backbone of Uganda's economy, farming plays a crucial role in livelihoods across the country. And we are here to bring you the insight and expertise that matter, connecting you with farmers whose success stories can inspire and transform your approach to agriculture. Tonight, we journey to Tororo, where we meet an extraordinary woman who left formal employment to pursue eco-farming and agri-tourism. Since making the switch, she has never looked back.
Tororo has a shortage of milk. You realize most milk comes from Western Uganda. So for now, we are concentrating on dairy farming. It is Frisian mainly, though we are beginning to crossbreed with the Jerseys. And the Jersey is a small cow. It's little, but it produces a little bit of more milk.
My kindness amazes me sometimes, so I'm bringing you spectacular places. We are on Mamichi Farm, like I said, and we are about to meet the brain, the mind, the heart, and the soul of the place. It is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Nelly. It's nice to host Nelly on the show. It's nice to be here. You have a lovely place.
Thank you.
So far, with what I've seen. So this is an integrated farm that mostly majors on an enterprise that is dairy farming. Am I right?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's take a look at the place and have a feel. So Nelly, talk to me.
Yeah.
What is your typical day on the farm?
Oh, very hectic. Very hectic day because these cows you see here, you're going to see are more or less like babies. Take care of them like babies, feeding them, water, checking on the sick ones. And then, of course, the farm is big. By the time you sleep, it's really a big day.
You've had your day's fill of the farm.
Yeah.
So how many cows are we looking at on this farm?
We have 34 cows. The herd of 34, 11 of them are milkers. So the rest are young. It was bigger than this. Actually, recently we just had to reduce them because we realized they were not cost effective. Some of them were not giving us what we wanted.
What you want?
So we are planning to actually put in more. Yes.
And will you strictly look at dairy or will you also look at meat?
No. We are strictly at dairy. We want to bring here, because you see, Tororo has a shortage of milk. You realize most milk comes from Western Uganda. So
for now, we are concentrating on dairy farming.
And exhaust the market.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Well, that's quite wonderful. So what breeds are we looking at here?
It is Frisian mainly.
Yeah.
We have Frisians, though we are beginning to crossbreed with the Jerseys because of the advantages that it comes with. You see, a Frisian is a big cow. Yes, it gives a lot of milk, but then it is a huge cow, meaning it feeds more.
It feeds more, yeah.
And being a big cow, it is prone to sicknesses and accidents. So to bring it down, we need an average cow. And a Jersey is a small cow. It eats little, but it produces a little bit of more milk. So we are trying to crossbreed so that we can have milk that is of high quality. And yet you can still get
and
the
quantity.
Yes, please.
Which is very important. So you're getting the advantages from both breeds, marrying them and getting something way better.
Yes, please.
The best of both worlds. So these cows, from what I see, it's like they're lounging. They have mats that they sleep on. They seem to have a life better than mine.
No, it can't be better than yours. Yet, yes, we have tried to make sure they are very comfortable.
Yes.
So they sleep on mats and we clean 3 times a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Because you see, our enterprise is more integrated with a hotel.
Yes.
So we don't want that other order to be coming to disturb our clients. And for them themselves, they need a clean environment. If a cow is going to give you milk, then you must give it a comfortable life. The mats, you can see they all sleep on mats. At times we put for them music. Yes, because you see, we milk 3 times a day. And if that cow is going to be giving you milk every time you are going to be milking it, then you must also make it comfortable.
True. So 3 times a day, that is what time?
In the morning, by 6 we are milking, at midday, and then in the evening.
In the evening.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
These are some big cows, you know. So what's their diet like?
Their diet, we are doing mainly silage. I'll be showing you the silage their side. We get maize and napier. At times we buy it from farmers, but then we also have gardens someplace. So we chop it and ferment it, leave it to stay for some time, and then that is their main meal. But we also have some regimes, the corianders and the rods and other regions, but we also again do concentrates. We mix maize bran with the soya beans and the other things, and then we come up with concentrates for them to eat. We also give the milkers, we give them brewer's mash. It's very good for milk. That's why we can afford to get. We are aiming at having a cow that gives us 40 liters per day.
From each cow?
From each cow.
Okay.
Per day. We are looking at a commercial cow. A cow that gives us a calf per year and gives us 40 liters. That's our target in the next 5 years.
And how are we doing right now? How many liters are we looking at per day?
Right now, we are at an average of 25 per cow because we get around 280 liters overall in a day. And we are making around 11, so an average of 28 liters.
Yeah. Well, that's very impressive.
So to get our target of the 40 liters, we are doing AI. We do AI on this farm, and for the young heifers, actually these are heifers, we do sex semen. We want to produce only female. That way we shall achieve our goal, the 5-year plan of 40 cows, of 40 liters
per cow per day.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. No, I get it. Nelly, I would love to see more because I'm already impressed as is.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
Continue to blow my mind. You know?
Please.
So,
thanks for coming.
Are you already doing a calf per year?
A calf per year, yes. We are getting there, though we still have some which are still stubborn, which they are taking long. Not that the cow will keep removing, identifying, and we are moving from the farm. Yes, because if a cow is going to take us, take 4 months, 6 months without conceiving, then it means our target is going.
Of course.
So those are the ones we are moving, and we are ensuring we have actual breeds, actual cow that we want.
Yeah. Oh, I see. This handling a big number of cows is not an easy job.
These are our girls. They are still girls, upcoming mothers.
Upcoming.
But they are still underage.
How
But in the
old?
next maybe 3 months, 4 months, they should be able to what? Because we look at the average, in cows, we look at the weight of the cows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are waiting for them to get the average weight, and then we can serve some of them.
And the average weight would be?
250 kilos. Yeah.
I see.
Look at the weight. We don't look at the age actually by them.
As long as it can hit the weight, then it can give you what it is that you want. Oh.
So these are our babies.
I like the babies. How many babies do you have on the
I
farm?
think right now they are around 2, 3 who were born
Only.
a week ago.
It's a week old?
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, they're not small.
Even less, 5 days.
They're not small.
Yes, they're big. But this is now a crossbreed.
That's a crossbreed.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we're heading.
But still, I can see that even while they are coarse, they are not as small as you'd expect a Jersey to be. So it still takes a little bit of the Frisian's body.
That's true. Of course, now that means you get an average one.
Yes.
Yes. And just a small, a Frisian
So
is
it's not
big,
small, it's not big, but it's right in the middle.
just right in the middle.
You're giving it the right amount of feed. But how much feed are we looking at per day?
Per day, we use their ratios. A cow eats a quarter of its weight.
Ah.
So somehow we look at the ratios and we know how much to give per day. Based on the ratios of the cows that we have. And then we also keep looking at the ones which are a cash cow.
Yes.
Eh? That one that is giving you more milk. There's one which is, I mean, drying up.
Yeah.
So you don't have to give it a lot of feed. So we keep balancing.
It's
We
one
have
too.
ratios.
I hear you. I hear you.
After carefully assessing the milk market in Tororo, Nelly noticed a high demand despite the limited number of cows in the area. This gap led to establishment of the firm.
Where do you derive your inspiration? Because this is not something you just wake up one morning and you're like, you know what, I'm from Ankole. We like cows. Let's do the cows, right?
I know. It's not something just wake up and say I'm from Ankole, I like cows. Not everyone from Ankole loves cows anyway.
Yeah.
Naturally, I love nature. That is me.
Yeah.
I love nature, meaning I love being around trees, around animals, around water, and it's a childhood dream actually. So growing up, of course, I have always dreamed of having that kind of life in there.
Yeah.
So that has been the dream. It has been my inspiration. But then as time moves, life throws itself
At you.
Here you are, you find yourself in Tororo.
On the other end.
On
of
the
home.
other end, and here land is scarce. Before you're there, as Nelly dreaming of having a big farm and a big water, but then the land is scarce here. And even when you have some land, they will tell you, oh, this land of ours, you cannot grow, for example, matoke. Matoke don't grow here. Cows can't survive, the place is hot, the weather is not conducive. And then at one point I saw my dream dying.
Yeah.
But then what inspired me more about that is actually our president. He keeps talking about his initiatives, the 1 acre model,
Yeah.
the urban farming, So somehow I said, yeah, if this is possible, then with my little land, actually we are just on half an acre.
Oh, this is just really?
So
Why
just half
did
an
it look
acre,
bigger?
where we have the poultry and all that.
Yes.
So with his initiatives and the talks, when you listen to him, I said, I think my dream can be resurrected. And then one day I was listening to Jack Ma, the richest.
The billionaire.
Yeah, the billionaire, the Chinese. And he said that we need to learn to follow our passion, and we need to always learn to look for ideas or scan the market and get ideas which are where everyone thinks it's impossible. That is where actually you do what? That is where you go in. So I said, wow, my passion is to I love nature. I need cows, I need animals, I want plants. So, and the Tororo is, everyone says it's impossible. Cows can't survive this. I said, this could be a good venture.
Yeah.
And indeed, because the milk comes from
Yeah.
Western Uganda. And this is my passion. I said, I think this is the area I need to try.
Yeah.
And I'm not been disappointed.
Well, for 50 decimals, I'm impressed.
Yes. This is just half an
You've
acre.
already done so much. Well, we have so many ladies out there that don't think they can venture into something like this and make something of themselves. And when we meet extraordinary women like you, we like for you to advise these ladies on a few things. When we're in Kampala, they think if they can just get their hair longer and have claws for nails, then they're good to go. So you could maybe give them a word or two so they can pick a tree.
The women out there, you see, as women, we still have one problem. We are talking about women empowerment, but I don't think we are empowered yet. We still don't believe in ourselves.
And we expect men to believe in us.
That's true. So we don't believe we can do it. To the women out there, please, you're more than you believe.
Yeah.
We need to show up. We need to stand up. And we have the ideas. Because you realize when you talk to women, the ideas are there. But putting them down and having that courage to stand up and say, I can do it. Start. So please, stand up, be innovative. God gave us wisdom.
Yes.
Use it to our advantage.
To advantages.
And nothing can stop you.
I always like to say, what's important is you start. Once you start.
And that is the biggest fear.
Getting started?
Getting started.
Okay.
When I was leaving my job, I used to work with National Water. And I woke up and I said, it was also not easy, because I must not lie. It was not an easy one. But I woke up one day, I had to weigh. I woke up one day and I did a SWOT analysis on myself. Who are you, Nelly? What makes you happy? Where do you think you can do much better? Believe me, I actually had to go. I had to go to Nairobi for a full week. And I had a meeting, Nelly with Nelly.
Ponder.
Nelly with Nelly in a meeting for a full week. And I had my agenda very clear. And it's one of the toughest meetings I have held.
With yourself.
So it was, do I continue in the other side?
Yeah.
Do I move out and do what I feel I like? And when I came back, I had decided, I said, Nelly, this is not you.
Yeah.
This is where you belong. Go start. Just start.
Get started.
The rest, God will take charge. And God has been there.
Yeah.
I love God, and I love my country. And here we are.
He has been faithful.
As my miss, yes.
Yeah. The farm has got everything that you need. You want to relax, you want to eat, and you want to learn a thing or two from a farm. This is the place to be. We are going to take a short commercial break. When we return, we get some tips for your farming opportunities for those of you that are looking to go into poultry, be it vegetable farming, and of course, dairy farming. Stick around.
Welcome back. Glad you're still with us. Keep scanning the QR code and tell us where you'd like us to go and what enterprise you'd like us to explore next. You could also let us know what has been your favorite episode of Seeds of Gold so far. Who knows, we might just replay it for you. We live to turn a new world. There's still plenty to see on this farm, so let's dive right in.
So this is Seeds of Gold. Most people like to watch and be like, where can I put my money? And I know it's going to be worth it, So that's where you come in. You advise them on whether, is this durable? Is this fruitful? Would they get something significant from the venture?
Yeah, with farming, you cannot go wrong in Uganda. And with me here in Tororo, I must say it's really okay because, like I told you, I get 280 liters of milk. A liter of milk goes for 2,500.
Yes.
So
do the math.
It is. I'm not complaining.
Per day, that is decent. That is decent.
Yes.
That is very decent. Yeah, and that is 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
Yeah. So
there's a daily cash flows,
which is a good thing.
Keeps coming in, and it helps their side of the hotel.
It does.
Because at the end of the day, The hotel side, at times you can get most clients actually on invoices for their normally companies. So, but you have the daily income coming
As long as there's
in.
something,
Yes.
daily
And
cash
it is
flow.
not bad. It's
No,
okay.
it's not bad.
It's okay. Not
It
regretting.
isn't. Well, I believe you. Now, Nelly, I'm going to need in-depth on when it comes to the cows. And from what I have been told, you have an exceptional team working here with you. So I'm going to love to meet one of them so they can take us through in-depth of the farm. Other than that, it was lovely talking to you. I am already inspired. Maybe I can try this among my people.
You need to. I actually, it's not on a dairy farm. We have also poultry.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't mention that. This is a poultry. We have ventured into broilers.
Yeah.
For right now, we do 2,000 broilers after 2 weeks.
That's
Sustain
very
our
good.
market, yes. So we have to sustain the market, both the hospitality, the hotel, and the outside market. So after 2 weeks, we bring in broilers. And then we also have a piggery section. It is small, but the main reason for it was to look at the resource optimization.
Yes.
The wastages, the leftovers from the hotel.
Instead of wasting, you
comes-
have where to put it.
yes.
So here, no waste is waste.
No waste is waste here. Even when you look at our vegetables,
Yeah.
every scrap, let it be a cavera, let it be a sack or a tire or a plumbing
plant
material.
something in
So
it.
we make sure we put in at least some vegetables. We don't need to waste everything. Recycling is one thing that we really look at.
Okay.
And we look at the
It's an eco
environment.
farm.
It's an eco farm. We have a biodigester actually. That's why you see when you're seated here, people keep asking me, I cannot feel any smell. What is it? How do you manage? We have a digester. So everything that comes from here is digested there.
Yeah.
And then it generates gas, which we use for cooking.
For cooking?
And then the residues, the silage is ready manure.
Of course.
Yeah.
When venturing into an agribusiness, especially for commercial purposes, it's very important to comprehend what you must do, what you shouldn't do, and what you can think of doing to make it a lot better. You know, get innovative. Now, joining us right now is Vincent, who is charged with taking care of the entire farm. So basically, he supervises the hands and makes sure that everything is in order. Am I right, Vincent? Yes. It is nice to have you on the show. Now, we would love for the viewers to understand how to achieve what you have here. You milk your cows 3 times a day. You have a particular diet for the cows. Why do we have these? Are there any challenges, and how do you deal with those challenges?
Okay. First of all, we begin milking at night.
You milk in the night?
Starting from like 4:50 to 11 p.m. a.m. We milk during night sessions so that by 7 a.m. our milk is already in market. That's why we milk night. And then the second session of milking takes place like from 12:45 to 1 p.m. The third session of milking takes place like from 5:45 to 6 p.m. We do milk 3 times a day due to the high milk production of our cattle. These Frisian and Jersey with the crossbreeds produce high milk. That's why we do the 3-phase milking stages. Morning we literally get 111 to 122 liters. Then during the day afternoon we do get 80 to 85 liters. Evening we do get 80 to 86 liters, making a total of 280 to 290 liters a day.
So tell me about the feeding schedule.
The feeding schedule, as we are milking, our staff is supposed to be applying
The
feeds.
food. So they also feed 3 times a day?
3 times
Every
a
time
day.
you're milking?
As we are milking, as they are supplying feeds.
Yeah, but the water is a constant. That is there.
Water is constant. It's supposed to be in all time.
Okay. So do you supplement their food feeding sessions with maybe vitamins? Do you vaccinate them? For cows that produce, you're dealing with strictly dairy farming, so you have to be very sensitive when it comes to what the cows are taking in or vaccination.
We have some boosters we boost our cows with
Yeah.
to boost their milk production. We do add on nutrients. That's why you see we put on silage, rice brands, and the mash. We combine them at a go to increase on the milk production. Then after 3 months, we add on milk boosters and do the deworming
Yeah.
after 3 months. So that is 4 times a year.
Yeah, yes.
That increases our milk production. And generally, cleanliness.
Yeah.
Because these dairy cattle, actually, most times, they are affected with mastitis. That's most times the problem we have here. Mastitis always disturbs these dairy cattle. By the time you clean late, or by the time you fail cleaning, you will have the problem of mastitis. That's why you are seeing we have mopped our house, literally, and every drop that comes in here, we pick
You
it
scoop
up.
it.
Yeah, we pick it up to stop the mastitis problem.
Well, you have a wonderful farm, Vincent, and I think you're doing a spectacular job.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. There is so much more on this farm. You're going to meet the hens, you're going to meet the vegetables. It's a full-fledged thing, people. It's a full-fledged thing. Only 50 decimals, and you wonder what more you can do. Like I mentioned, this is a mixed farm, and now we are going to see one of the other enterprises on the farm, chicken. You know, you can never go wrong with chicken, as long as you do the little ABCs, right? So we have Silva, who is going to take us through what exactly goes on in here. A lot of sales have been made. I keep telling you guys, there is gold in the seed. There is money. Come on, let's take a look. Silva's going to take us through, okay? Silva,
Yes.
what do we have here?
Here we have broilers, purposely for meat production, and we have a system of feeding. As you can see, we just hang the lobes such that the birds can feed well. As of now, we have almost like 150 birds inside, but a lot of many has been sold. Yeah,
Silva, how many do you usually have before you sell them?
it is 2,000.
So you keep an average of 2,000 for approximately 4 weeks before you start to sell.
Yes,
I see. Well, that's very impressive. So how old are these?
it is now 4 weeks.
So they're about to go.
Yeah,
So I can take some with me.
it is okay. They are ready to sell.
Well, thank you so much, Silva. But you have so much to show me when it comes to chicken. Let's keep walking. I know that there are babies somewhere that
Yeah.
we can hope to buy in the next 4 weeks. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a walk. Vincent, if you could tell us how old is the chicken? How do we get them here? Where from do you get your chicks? How we get them from here to the other side? At what stage?
Okay.
How do we take care of them to make sure that all 2,000 birds make it to the market?
Okay.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, before bringing these chicks to the poultry house,
Yeah.
you must first clean the house where they are going to be, sensitize it, and make sure it has been out of reach for around 1 week. Put some things that will keep the birds busy, for example, the sawdust that will keep the birds busy. On the day of bringing them, make sure you have the pots or stoves that will give warmth to the chicks. You know we are getting the day one chick. When you bring them, make sure a day they are given feeds and enough water. During night hours and cold days, apply the warmth, the pots, put charcoal, put fire, so that these chicks can get warm. When they come, when giving them water,
apply some vaccines in water, apply some meat boosters in water, apply some fat boosters and bone boosters in water. For example, you have the the Grovit, and many others. For the feeds, the day one chick cannot take a concentration of the maize bran and the rice brands. So what we do, we get the concentrated feeds that we put in. By the time the chicks get 2 to 3 weeks, then we can give them the maize brands. When the day one chick is brought, first of all, ensure cleanliness, general cleanliness. Before emptying the drinkers, first wash them with soap and plenty of water. Dry them up so that they don't contaminate the water you are going to give to the chicks. 2 to 3 weeks, we transfer them from this brooder to the down poultry houses, where then we mix the maize brands, the rice brands, and the boosters, plus the salt and many others. But mainly chicks, most of these broilers need high intensive care, because you have to sleep into this poultry house, because when it falls down, the day one chick, when it falls down, cannot bring itself up. So you need to be checking them up, putting them on panic so that they can keep eating. Another thing, when these things, when you bring them, you must put things that will attract the warmth from the stoves. That's why you see we are putting these sodas into this poultry house, and after 1 week, we change it. So as now you can see it has some fecal matter from the poultry. So by tomorrow Sunday, we are changing it and putting in another. And another thing, you must take measurements. For example, a 1 week chick must weigh around 250 grams to 230 grams. A 2 week chick must be within 500 grams to 600 grams. So when you find yourself between 220, 240, you are on the right track of a 1 week chick. When you find yourself downwards, it means you are below the track. These chicks need much time, as you can think. You must keep inside. As you can see, we brought around 2,000 chicks with a bonus of 31. Due to the high care we are putting in, we have only lost a few, because this is the second week. This is the 12th day of these chicks. But you can see their size. When you go to local people, they might be around 2 to 3 weeks, but for us it is 12 days, meaning they are on the right track, because we are taking measurements, they are around 230, 235 grams. So by the 18th or 20th day, we shall transfer them downwards and start giving them the concentration of maize bran, rice bran, and the ingredients. Yeah.
Now, Vincent, there are different stages of vaccination which are very important. You can't skip a step.
Yeah.
Please take us through the different vaccination stages.
For example, we have 3 main types of vaccination. We have the one we insert in the drinking water, we have the eye drop, and the one we give orally. At 1 week, we vaccinate Gomorrah. It is vaccinated around 2 weeks. But from the beginning, as they are brought, the day one chick, we begin adding boosters, which are concentrates of vaccines. For example, the Grovit. The Grovit has nutrients that are as the same as vaccines that we insert. Then the first week, we vaccinate. We give the vaccine the one we vaccinate through water. Then the rest, most vaccines, we apply them in feeds and in drinking water.
There's really so much more to see on the farm. And now we have one of the greatest delicacies of the world. You know I'm telling the truth. There's a bit of piggery on this farm. Recently they lost about 10 of the pigs, and of course that's due to swine, something that is being looked into worldwide and seeing how to mitigate it. Other than that, these pigs are thriving. They are lean but give so much meat, and this also is integrated with the hotel linked to the farm. And if you can look clearly, look at that. Just look at that. And look at the baby. It's so pretty. So yeah, these are the survivors so far. But from this, a lot of money is in there. There's a lot of gold in piggery. And Nelly is not about to let that slip out of her hands. There's something more on this side, people. Yes. We have pregnant mamas. So we may have lost 10, but we are going to get so much more back. And there's 2 of them. But yeah, pretty much. So this is the piggery section. So much money is expected from this. It's a venture that you can go into. And as you can see, you don't need so much. A lot of whatever is left over at the hotel is then brought in here. So the businesses are kind of integrated. No waste goes to waste. And we're going to see so much more. Now, you think this is impressive? You are yet to see impressive. And let's check out the vegetable section. Those of you that are trying to get on those diets, come on. So we are looking at spinach, both Canadian and Chinese. We are looking at cabbages. We are looking at coriander. We are looking at eggplants. We are looking at pretty much so much more. We do have the farmhands here. Like I said, Nelly has an impressive array of farmhands. So here we have so much that we're going to see on the vegetable section. Yeah, we know booger to look like this. Well, it turns out this is actually dodo. Yes, and then we have bits of the Chinese spinach. We have eggplants. Yes, they're not yet out, but if you know, you know. So those are eggplants for you. We have a bit of coriander just making its way to the top. But hey, we all can't wait to test it. You know, it's quite the thing. Now, no one enjoys a meal with good sauce that does not have any tomatoes. That's your Chinese spinach. Those who know how to put it in rice, those that just have it as a sauce. And that's quite tasty. Wait, what is this? Beetroot, yes. Beetroot is very good for iron deficiency. Our ladies, where you're dealing with your menstruals, it's good for children with low blood levels and all. Our sicklers, beetroot is your go-to. So the farm got you covered. We all know that when we take a trip to the eastern part of the country, we make a stop over at the place with the best chicken and plantain. Well, Nelly's not about to start buying plantain. She is growing it here. So we have a bit of gonja on the farm, and then what is sauce without tomatoes? So she is growing her own tomatoes on the farm, and she is doing it like a pro. We need to take a leaf from the lady, actually leaves from the woman. So we've got some tomatoes and more greens. We have gobe around the corner. We do have lots of dodo. You're sorted, really, when you come here. There is nothing to miss out on. It's an integrated farm. It is an eco farm. It is a mixed farm. And when I say mixed, this lady doesn't stop one bit. There is so much to learn and see on this farm, ladies and gentlemen, but there's only so much time. She is doing her own. She is breaking the odds, guys. She's going against the odds. It is not very easy to grow matoke in Tororo. But Nelly is saying, have you met my God? She's planting matoke in Tororo, and it is thriving. Look at that batch of matoke. That's an amazing bunch of matoke. And you can tell it's a well-maintained garden. There's a lot to learn on how to maintain your garden right here on Mamuchi rather. You can also see she's mulching really well. She somehow manages to, it's a dry season, but look at those trees, look at the plantation. You can tell something has been well kept. You learn a thing or two every time you visit a farm. You want to try this, especially when you're dealing with commercialized farming. Look at the do's and the don'ts. Seek the experts. come here. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two, because agro-tourism is a thing here. You might come to, to rest, then you end up visiting the farm to learn a thing or two. Am I right, Nelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people to take us through it, right?
Yes.
It's a well put together team that you have here. They're very knowledgeable. There's so much to learn. And if I've learned anything from you, you train the right hands, they take care of a good farm. This team has had its share of bee stings. Ooh, it stung me. So we're going to stay far from the hives you see right behind me. But hey, this is just to show you that your farm doesn't have to be covered in dung or filled with God knows what the chicken excrete. If you can see the beauty. A farm thrives when it's beautiful, because then you have a peace of mind. And oh my God, the ecosystem must thrive. You know, climate change is a real thing. So maybe Nelly is teaching you a thing or two about maintaining the ecosystem. It is an eco farm after all. Yeah? Let's keep going.
I know many of you are wondering whether Nelly's decision paid off. Well, I'll let Nelly take it from here and share whether leaving her job was truly worth it.
Nelly, I have moved around. I have had the feel of the farm and I'm impressed.
Thank you.
And now let's talk money. Let's talk the gold.
Shira, with the money. Yes.
It is important.
Yeah, no.
So, is it worth it? Will I get my worthwhile?
It's very worth it.
Yeah.
Shira, I used to work with National Water at a level of a manager. By the time I leave my managerial job to come and sit here, it has to be worth it.
Of course.
If I talk about maybe the dairy farm,
yes.
I told you sell a liter 2,500, and we are at an area of 280 liters per day. That gives you around 20 million as sales. So if you're going to look in, put in half for profit,
of course.
I mean half of that. And then for the chicken alone, you're talking about 4,000 per month, because we do 2,000 per week.
Yeah.
And that gives us sales of around 60 million, and you cannot fail to get around 15 million. So
it's a good investment.
It's a very good plus the another 10. It's a good investment.
And even if you are at X, it's portion.
It's portion.
You're doing well.
It's okay.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. There's gold in the seed.
There is
That
gold.
is a fact. That's what we fear, and some people fear this dirty work.
Yeah.
That's the issue with it.
But from what I've learned, it's only dirty when you allow it to be dirty.
It's only dirty if you allow it to be dirty.
I hear you.
And always smart enough when you want, and there's enough to get
There is enough. It's worthwhile, it's bountiful, as long as you do the right things, because your farm hands have been kind enough to tell us the do's.
And it's relaxing, you do something you like.
Yes.
And it's paying, it's very paying.
And you must be very dedicated to it.
That is the thing, you have to be very dedicated. So my boy is telling you, it needs hands-on.
Yeah.
And that's the mistake that most farmers do.
If you must sleep in the chicken house.
Want to do telephone, farming on telephone, call them telephone farmers.
Yeah.
That is where they get it wrong. But if you're on ground and you're in touch and you put up systems and you know what you want and you look for the market yourself and you get in touch with your clients, it is worthwhile.
Yeah. And that way you even build a very loyal clientele.
Clientele, yes.
Because then they know they can count on you to always be there.
Yeah. Even the management of the staff.
Yes.
So it's better when you're around and you get to understand their issues and
deal with them, make them comfortable on the farm. So their minds are on
they are the major people on ground.
Yes.
So if you don't feed them well, if you don't take care of them, then they will not take care of your things. Yeah.
No, I hear you, Nelly.
That's why we make sure they how they sleep.
It's important.
It's very important.
Yes.
What they eat. Good thing for us, we grow almost everything. By the way, we even grow our own rice.
You're
For the farm.
joking.
Yes, we have another place somewhere there where we grow rice. So here at the farm for us, we have our milk, we have our rice, we have our matoke, we have a balance that the greens are here.
You're going to mine every bit of gold from
now
your
we're going
auntie.
into honey, mushrooms, gonjas.
No, that's very good and very cost effective. Everything is on the farm.
Everything
You
is
don't
on
have
the
to
farm.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for hosting us on your farm, Nelly. We have had a spectacular time.
Okay.
Thank you. That is all we had for you today. I hope we can see more of you next week. When you visit Tororo, you know to come to this farm and learn so much, eat so much. Believe me, I spent the night. It's worth it. I'll see you again next week. Keep those comments coming in. #NTV, Seeds of Gold. See you next week.